the air actually, and not allowing Falco to chase him
Oh,
down.
but it's
we're
actually
not going to see the
Kazuya.
Greninja.
Let's go. Loser semis
Sure.
at DreamHack Rotterdam. Ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing one of the best Kazuyas to ever do it. We got Tilde immediately dying to the platforms, knows exactly what to do in this matchup. Of course, he is a hot topic. You better be ready, especially if Tarik or Kazuya of Tarik's caliber is in your bracket.
Yeah, and we have seen the potential of this Kazuya many times.
Oh, yes. Oh,
so
yes.
it is going to be a dangerous game to play. But as you said, it seems like Tilde is already aware of some small things you need to do against Kazuya, like dying to the platform. And that advantage state you really have to abuse against Kazuya.
I've been saying this all weekend. Tarik is the best Kazuya at hitting down. He makes it look like it's a Bowser side B.
Basically,
which is insane. Most Kazuyas are not on that level. So now we see the Sharking from Tarik not finding it. Tilde with a nice B reverse laser to mix up his trajectory. Now getting advantage. Of course, one of the biggest things about this matchup is that, you know, the disadvantage for Kazuya has always been subpar.
Yeah.
Tilde, we talked about it, he's explosive
Yeah.
as all heck. And he will make use of that to end your stocks in no time.
For sure. Yeah, Kazuya having one of the slowest double jumps in the game. Really bad jump squad as well. So his disadvantage is just really hard.
What is
Tilde doing? He's up being to the stage. It's not going to result in him losing his stock, but it's still a lot of damage being racked up.
Another
still
up
have Kazuya with the rage drive. I thought it was going to continue the up tilt. It would have been the KO, but still, Tilde in a pretty comfortable position. But
I was
the
going to say
stall
nice
is going
laser,
to get
but I
punished.
cursed it, yeah.
Yep.
The laser was a smart idea. I see what he was going for, but just not what he needed at that moment. That grab whiffing was tragedy. Up throw definitely would have been near a KO there for Tarik. So Tarik, a little bit of a double flub right there. Up out of shield, not quite doing it on town and city. Not Tilde.
Surprised that it didn't KO. Now
Tilde using the platform.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, we saw that with the other platform there. Tilde is playing a lot in the air. Just kind of air camping Kazuya. You have to. That's the biggest weakness for him to reach. You can't really reach him in the air. So Kazuya has to stay grounded. Now we get Tilde with starting with a combo. We say disadvantage is really hard. Down B out of disadvantage is not going to go punished. But Tilde still in such a great position here. Still alive at 192. But that up B off stage is going to be enough. Try to go for cheeky down air.
Yeah, that's how you do it, Tarik. Punish him for overextending just like that. And I talked about this with Tarik before. Kazuya can struggle to kill if you don't if your opponent plays around the electric. You're gonna have to find the KO with a Gates of Hell like that, or with a down B, or with a back air. And all those moves are not bad, but they're also not good. Right?
They're not as good as electric, So that's like your biggest gun you have in the store. Already gone, and now we see Tarik losing, almost looking at the second stock.
No, sir. Tarik playing a heavy boy, recovering back to the ledge, and has that rage drive on deck. Instead, the back throw, that's a near guaranteed KO, but Tilde with the double jump misses the tech. No hit lag on those moves. That's Tekken, baby.
And we still have the rage drive, so we have extra damage. No double jump
as
well.
Big damage. 90 on Tilde. Now Tarik with the rage. This could be curtains in no time.
Yeah, we still have the Gates of Hell. We've seen how many times Tarik is able to get those. A minor KO to Falco, but put him in a situation where another forward air or a B is going to secure this up. Now we have Tarik off stage. Great stall. This time too low for Falco to reach. He's not going to overextend this time.
Up B from ledge.
I respect it though. And now neutral situation. Both players really wanting to find the final hit.
Tilde's playing very careful right now. He's playing a lot slower. He slowed it down. Make sure that he cannot get hit the final time. But there's the up B, and I have to highlight how much of a surprise it can be if you're not used to that lack of hit lag. The move comes out, the knockback. Happens immediately.
It's instant.
So you gotta basically time. You gotta time your tech preemptively. You cannot react to the up B and tech. You gotta be like, I'm going off stage. I'm doing fair. I'm gonna press tech because if he up Bs, I will tech it.
And that's kind of a weird thing to keep in mind.
Especially
it's
for
hard.
Falco. Because Falco players train themselves to have the most insane of reactions. If you look at Lights, Tilde, Larry, like space animal players, they don't miss techs.
No,
they don't miss techs, and that is that like you train your mind to continually be sharper and sharper, reacting to what's going on, reacting to startups, reacting to hit lag, reacting to knockbacks, not missing a tech either. Because if you get sent the wrong way, you buffer attack, you could die.
Well, we saw it against Leon as well. So good against tech, like a live demonstration of that.
Did not miss anything, but in this matchup, the dynamic is different. Now, Tarik, solid lead there, really took it away after he landed that rage drive on Tilde's final stock. But Tilde, we've seen him adapt before. The way that he changes up his game plan always has a lot of depth to it. Let's see if they can do it again, or if this is going to be Tarik establishing more dominance. There is a big chunky hit. Good start for Tarik. Goes for another stage spike. Cheeky.
I mean, it seems like that's kind of the adaptation Tarik is making, just to go for that. He noticed that Tilde is not checking those. That might be a bit of a cheesy bit, but it's still a good option to go for.
You gotta abuse your opponent's weaknesses, man, and that's what Tarik is doing.
Okay, and now we are and smash for those.
Oh, no jump, no jump.
Oh, that's big.
No two-frame either. And the up B from ledge again. Tarik has been going for these quite a bit, actually, and they're not really working out. Tilde, very ready for them. That's that experience that we talked about before. They know each other. They know what type of options they can go for. Tarik looking for a... Ooh, he was looking for a combo, looking to throw Falco off stage with that command grab, but instead Tilde finding the combo. Reversals, gets the forward air. Rage drive almost ran out here.
Yeah, but you still have the rage drive on deck.
That should be it. I don't think Tarik can make that, and there it is. We talked about adaptations, and Tilde just changing the pace of the match, changing the way he commits when he has advantages, and just like that, the pace of the match, the momentum, it's a whole different beast.
Yeah, that's kind of the big thing. If Kazuya gets the momentum, gets the big damage, and that's going to be so scary to go for. Again, no Firp Stack. We've seen not a lot of Firp Stacks actually in this entire tournament. Maybe Tarik is playing it safe, but the up B out of shield is just gonna be the KO. Good reaction on the up tilt there. Now Tarik at the ledge, a position where Kazuya can just find a hit in general. Especially with Tarik's down B usage. But now Tilde is gonna be the one to start the combo. 40% is not gonna be enormous, but Tarik now looking for that starting hit.
Tarik, a little bit of footsies. And that's what it is, right? What I really like about matchups like this is it's all about initiative. Both of these characters, they enjoy fighting in close quarters. So it's all about, are we fighting on my initiative? Are we fighting on my terms? Or are we fighting on your terms? And now Tarik is establishing his terms, converts beautifully. We saw another one of those high up Bs from Tilde. They're just not working out.
Okay, again, going low with the laser. No double jump. Should be it. Yep, gonna lose the race drive relatively
equalization. Yeah, 100%. It triggered and he lost the stock just like that.
That's pretty big, actually. We saw in the first game that he got a lot of damage out of that rage drive. So much percentage, and it could have secured him the stock in the end. Now we see Tilde continuing this assault. Absolute monstrosity of an assault on Tarik here. 73%, almost at the rage drive again, and still going unanswered, honestly. Now we get the first position.
Look at the pressure. Tarik waiting for the reversals. Oh, but there's a big one there from ledge.
So good of an option. Just the multi keeping Tarik in check here.
And that fair is such a good tool at controlling space because, well, it's unsafe, right? But it controls space for a long time, and it converts so well. It controls the air, the ground, and it auto-crouches. Tarik tries to go for something cheeky there, not finding it. Rage drive. It is on deck. We see Tilde.
One more try.
Platform camping. There's one more grab on deck. Tarik does not want to grab the forward air, does not want to waste the rage drive, instead whiffs it here.
So has it?
Yeah, there's 4 tries, but a bit of percent, and there's none left.
Okay, now
low stall Tarik, very tricky, very tricky. Love that.
And he tried it a couple of times. He tried it a couple of times.
No way.
But it didn't work out every time, and now we are again in the same situation. The low stall with the laser and a good up B to just scoop him off the ledge.
This is big. The control. Oh, and Tilde using the platform. He used the platform. Using that high jump. You cannot chase that if you're Kazuya. Using the high jump, goes to the center of the stage. And this is why platform layout is so important.
For sure.
Imagine that we were on a small battlefield or a PS2. You would jump high, get on the platform. You would still not have center stage. Tarik would easily be able to control the entire stage just by repositioning. But here, Tilde jumping to the center platform, it allows him to contest center in a safe way immediately and relatively safely.
Yeah, you can't contest that position as Kazuya. You're just too slow for that option. So a great platform drop backer.
You just have to reposition center, and then
you have to accept it.
All but guess at the run-off timing, right?
But that's a great recovery from Tilde there, making sure that he gets that game in the pocket. We are 1-1, and we return to a similar stage to Smashville, but this time it's going to be Hollow Bastion. Instantly, we see Tarik in a disadvantaged position. That's just but a great electric on the Nair.
Nair.
That should be it.
And you're out of here, Tarik. on a roll, and that's how fast these characters play. You blink and you miss it, man.
Yeah, a thing I really noticed is that I think it's DIing up because Tilde was not getting a lot of spikes out of these neutral airs from Kazuya. He really got sent away most of the time. That way, Tarik got the right hit in. And now we are in a very dangerous position for Tilde, where he kind of has to play this approachy game against Kazuya. You cannot afford
to.
Yeah.
It's about the incentive, right?
Yeah.
Are we playing on my terms or your terms? And you can see that both these players, ideally, they want to be up close, but in this matchup, they're being so careful about how they're getting there. And now you make one mistake in your combo, you get punished for 40, right?
Yep.
That's the degree, that's the margin of error we're dealing with. One mistake, that could be the stock. And that's why we're seeing the way that Tilde is moving is in a way that tries to bait Tarik in so that he can then establish his initiative. But when he strikes too early, there is Tarik to answer and say no. Electric.
Exactly.
Invincibility, insane reward. It's so hard to get something started against Kazuya.
And the up B of shield. You can see it in the place of Tarik. The moment he gets that big of a lead, you see a lot more electric and neutral. Really wants to extend that lead, does not get to rage drive, so making as much damage as possible happen in a short amount of time is super big.
No double jump for
on the
Tilde.
platform. 42% only.
Yeah. Not a big convert. Instead, Tilde finding a conversion of his own, and now down a little bit overstock, but not out for the count. We know how explosive Tilde can be, and we know how bad Kazuya's disadvantage can be. Lasers, nice, 50% chip. We take those, 70% chip.
Why not? Oh, but a reverse up tilt is not going to get punished. Great tech on the platform here. Kazuya still looking on the hunt for that hit. Is going to get some hits from Tilde as well, but now it is still an entire stock lead for Kazuya. We still have 2 rage drives potentially for Tilde to survive at 52%, but the slow pace of Tilde with these lasers is going to be the main factor there. Tarik now off stage.
No jump on Tarik. The down smash gets avoided. Tarik with the clutches of clutch air dodges right there, making sure that the worst case scenario could not come to fruition. Now, that said, look at Tilde. Look at his punishes. He's still in the game. You can see he's focused.
Yeah. He's focused. He's a lot more precise and a lot. It's looking more like Larry's stock at this point on.
The laser chip is coming in big too. Look at that. The chip just getting Tarik closer and closer to that death percent, almost biting the bullet.
Yeah.
Almost literally with the way that this neutral B has been chipping away at Tarik.
Yeah, but now we have the rage drive on next and 70% and up. And the side B on stage actually really nice side B. But now.
And you know why it didn't work out? Because Tilde again retreated or advanced to center plat. He side beat the center and got to contest center. And again, the way he uses the center platform to control the stage, it's immaculate. This is the reason why Tilde is still in the game.
Yep.
Again, the platform, right? Using the platform time and time again. Using the platform time and time again. But Tarik, again, the down B wonder kit.
So good. And he tried to go for a lot of dragon punches earlier for the short but it doesn't work out. And now we have Tilde in a big advantage state here. We have 70%.
70 for one reversal?
Basically, yeah. And we still have a point that Kazuya gets the rage drive, but still, it is a very good position. Gets us down into the forward air. Is going to almost enable the rage drive. Now looking forward, the edge guard's not going to get it, but down there, almost getting a spike.
Rage drive on deck, up tilt on deck, back air, not going to sweet spot now with that DI. But we're back in this position. Rage drive, you got to be scared when you're Tilde here. The platform, again, utilized to such great perfection almost from Tilde. And the side B and the back air. And Tilde making the comeback of a lifetime. The game 3 is in Tilde's favor.
A reverse free stock against a character like Kazuya.
That
is one of the hardest things I think you can do in this game.
And you know who the real MVP was here? It was Tarik for counterpicking Hollow Bastard.
Basically, yeah, that middle platform was the goat of this match.
That was the crutch.
Yeah.
You cannot let Tilde have a middle platform like that where he avoids your pressure and controls the center of the stage.
Yeah.
It is too much. It is too much in neutral. And in a matchup where neutral in general is like nerfed, right? Instead of being like an Aegis against the Cloud where both characters are neutral monsters, we have 2 characters that are relatively poor in neutral. So all those little advantages get magnified immensely.
Yep, but we trade out the Frog. We got the Frog in and small battlefield, so there's no middle platform, but also an entirely different character.
The dynamic is insanely different.
Yes, and we are going to see, again, this small laser camp from Tilde here. Just basically
it's working out well.
It's working out well because it just forces force Tarik to either jump or slow down his approach. And that's exactly what Tilde has been looking for. Now Tarik with a small advantage state doesn't get that much percentage. It is still going to allow Tilde to get into that advantage as well, chasing Tarik down the platforms. But it is going to be extended just so many times.
Of those things, like this matchup on paper, yes, it's annoying for Falco, and everyone would agree. But let's not forget, Falco is really good at anti-airing. And you know what Greninja loves to do?
Jumping and aerials.
He is a leapfrog. So that's going to be a huge part of the dynamic here. And we already saw Tilde finding like an anti-air up tilt into a full combo, and here the downer as well. That's another thing. Greninja doesn't have amazing anti-airs.
No.
Mostly with punishes you're landing, but against a character like Falco, a lot less relevant. Because Falco's not the type of character to like jump at you in neutral and allow you to get these whiff punishes. Instead, we're getting these awkward situations where Falco is landing straight at you. Do you have the hitbox to stop him?
Yeah, even if you shield, of course, Greninja, one of the poorest out of shields in the game, it's so hard to punish these Falco approaches. And the side B again to get back into the neutral stage is going to extend it up downwards.
What did I just see?
I don't know, but it was a lot of damage coming from Tilde here. 68%.
He's insane.
Absolutely cracked. Forward air is not going to do the job, and now it's going to be Tarik looking for the ledge trap. Good wall jump there to stall him out, but but a great angle to dodge that.
But that should be curtains. No, he went for the down smash instead of the up smash. Missed just distance, just barely. Mistimed the forward air just barely, and this is heartbreaking for Tarik, dropping so many opportunities at the most critical junction. There's down tilt, no conversion again. He's dropping too much.
Yeah, it seems like it is going to be reaching his limit for Tarik, looking so much less polished than he did in other games before this, and Tilde is just kind of running away with it at this point. 130%, just side B's and neutral. He's got so much mileage of that. And now off-stage situation here, does have a double jump still. Tarik is going to try again with the edge guard, but as you said, Tilde doesn't miss a single tech.
Got it. Yep. Tilde is so consistent with those. The counter as a bit of a desperation measure, but instead the fourth throw will do it. We're back to even stocks, but the 100% differential and this combo on top, it's a lot. It is a lot.
The amount of side Bs Tilde has gotten that go into a conversion or an offset situation has been insane. Very rarely have they been shielded. It's so hard
for Greninja to interrupt as well, right? It doesn't have that like fast lasting move to interrupt something like that. Tilde almost styling on Tarik, goes for such a deep read, doesn't find it, but instead still reversals for the KO. Tilde is feeling confident, feeling comfortable.
And that's kind of a scary thing, because a Falco feeling confident might sometimes go for these more bigger plays, like we saw with the LB, and especially on a player like Tilde, who already is amazing at that option there, is going to be an extremely scary player to play
big.
Against.
No jump, but the platform!
He is so good at converting these offstage situations into a stage position where he can go to the platform. He even missed the side B off the stage and still gets back into a neutral position. He is just that tricky into it.
That's the thing, Greninja not the most consistent advantage state character, and that is what you kind of need against Falco. On top of that, the way that Tilde has been brawling it out with Greninja, he doesn't have the defense to deal with the Falco offense. And if that upside had connected, that would have been exactly what Tarik wanted. Nice try, but it does show that this really is a hit or two away from an even game. That's almost it. If anything, this is even.
Yep.
Can Tarik do it? The counter
and the tag. Oh, beautiful.
The punish. Let's go.
Actually going on the stage, Tilde making an overestimation there. And now we are in the last stock situation. Equal percentage, despite Tilde's enormous lead he had at the beginning. Are we going to see reverse situation of what happened in game 2?
Oh, no jump, no jump.
Uh-oh, and it is going to be a high.
He has to go low, but what's the punish? The counter misses the downer. The downer gets looked for, but instead the punish, the up tilt, the combo. Tarik is getting comboed. The damage is racking 70 again in one interaction. We've seen this before. We've seen this before. We know how it ends. And if the story is the same, it's not pretty for Tarik. Nice air dodge, but the chase, the burst range. Tilde is in Tarik's head right now.
Oh, and it looks so hard to properly get a grasp on Tilde now, right now. 108%, the up tilt into backer, side B into backer. So many options you have to be aware of. Now we have Tilde at the ledge. Is going to try and dash up, but it's not going to be the case.
Yeah, the jump gets matched.
Another one!
And the side B.
Yep,
and the back air. And the KO. Tilde with a well-deserved victory over Tarik.